All right, testing 1, 2, 3. What's going on, fellow rogues? It's Maskmayor here, and welcome in for Slay the Princess, the Pristine cut. So this is an actual updated game version of this game. Me personally, I never actually played Slay the Princess before, but it's something I've had like a lot of interest in after finding out about it several months ago. And I actually just picked it up today. Originally, I did like a YouTube community post saying that I had like a new game I was going to try out like a few days ago. And this was the game, but unfortunately, as I explained during the Doom Eternal stream, a little while, just a bit ago, since like, that was during the time that PSN like, was down for like about 20 hours or so. I wasn't able to purchase this then. So I decided, just kind of wait a little bit, and then, I went on and grabbed it today. So, like I said, I'm really interested in playing this, though. There was like a disclaimer when I started the game up about like content warnings and everything. I did check the site because it said like to go to their website for it. And so I might actually end up having to put like some little, what the fuck's going on here? So, yeah, we're just going to go and just, strict that, for my imagination for a second while I finish it up. But it's still here on my screen, so I haven't even started the game yet, and I already, like, I'm kind of, like, getting a vibe on what to expect here. But anyways, yeah, they had, like, a big disclaimer list, for, like, a whole bunch of different things that, are in this game. So there was like some stuff that I definitely might have to put like some little disclaimers, like trigger warnings and everything, depending on what I encounter here. But it did say like, yeah, basically you guys can kind of like go and look at the list yourself and see like why it might be a bit like of a thing I might have to definitely work with in regards to, like, putting disclaimers in my descriptions for my streams for this and all that. So I'll just say brace yourselves. I don't know personally what all to expect in regards to how this game's going to go, but just want to put that out there that at least like the devs took the time to like, say like before you even start the game up, they had like a content warning, explaining like, what all's in this, and pretty much, to give people like idea like on what might be in there that might be unsettling for others. So definitely, kudos to the devs for that. But we're still going to go ahead and, and do this and just take it as it goes. Like I said, I'll put like things in the description, for particular stuff, if things get a little bit too hairy. So, yeah, this game is pretty much, the concept of it is, it's supposed to be like sort of like the Stanley Parable. I think they describe it as like the Stanley Parable meets like Call of Cthulhu with a little bit of Disco Elysium. Me, myself, I never actually played Disco Elysium, even though I have a copy of the game, and I do want to play through that eventually. But I'm definitely familiar with the Stanley Parable. That's one that I've spent like, quite a bit of time with, doing a few episodes for the original game, back when I used to just do Let's Plays on this channel. And then, like, when the Ultra Deluxe came out, and I did, like, play through that again, I think getting, like, all the endings, I think, for, like, maybe, like, 1 or 2. So I know this game is, like, got a lot of replayability in regards to, like, different endings. I think it's supposed to be a thing where as you move through, it'll, like, lock you out of, like, getting certain endings afterwards. Like, once you get an ending, it'll pretty much lock you out of, like, the path, like, to go through that again. I think that's what I heard. So it pretty much means that once you get one ending, you don't have to worry about accidentally repeating steps and end up, getting thrown back into it. Also, welcome in, Sammy. So, yeah, all things aside, this is everything's pointing at this is being pretty fun time. I just gotta get this off my screen now. I mean, because this thing right here is just We're gonna go and get this started, rogues. I don't know what to expect here. I know they want us to slay the princess. I'm having a feeling it's not gonna be that easy. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, try to win the hero and the prince. I'm having a feeling not to be feeling too heroic after this.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Who I've got to slay, right?
You're here to slay her.
No shit.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You gotta make it like sound so foreboding or whatever. I mean, if I gotta do it, I'll do it, but... Explore the end of the... Oh, y'all give me choices. Y'all don't want to give me choices now. Explore the end of the world... Explore the end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Oh, they are giving me way, way, way too much freedom here. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Get someone else to do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the end of the world? Oh, do I get some sort of reward for this? That's for... They tell me what to do. Okay, so I've always wanted to offer monarch. Viva la revolution. So I continue to the cabin, turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
I mean, I'm going somewhere away from your ass. I mean, I'm just forging my own adventure. Choose your own adventure here. You ever read Goosebumps? Okay, fine, you persist. I'll go to the cabin and slay the princess. Ugh. Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her, maybe I won't. Guess we'll see. Yes, I'm definitely... I know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine.
Well, I mean, I doubt you too.
I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
That's the plan.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, great. Now we got multiple voices in my head. I'm like Deadpool now.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after.
Well, I get feeling we just had a Stanley went through the red door moment. Like, you know, you try to like go through one door and he forces you to try to go through the other one. No, I'm leaving.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation.
I ain't even like,
you don't do your job.
I need 10 minutes and I'm already disobeying him.
Like, dies. Forever.
I mean, that's not my problem. If it's so bad, you go in there and slay her. Good, maybe everyone should die. That's what they get for dumping in the woods and asked me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
I have enough maturity like to actually make my own choices, thank you very much. I like how you actually can like move like that, That's strange. Looks like this pad leads, but... Feels weird.
But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
I'm not doing it. Not right yet. But yeah, well, I guess I'll start walking a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the woods until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Well, I mean, you're going by what you're saying. I mean, it's the end of the world, so you're not really going to, no one else is going to be living, like, anyway. So what the hell I got to lose?
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Oh, here we go. Well, welcome back in, Afternox.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar
music.
wooden
That break the
structures
friggin' game?
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Oh, shit.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fraction.
Leading me to break reality here.
Trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
It's like the friggin' lighthouse from BioShock Infinite.
Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Man, I'm trying to irritate you, I just wanted to leave.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Honestly, I was just like looking for a tree to like sleep under, but okay.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Alright, let's go ahead and just skip on ahead. I like that the dialogue changes. I'm getting this terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no. You weren't kidding. She actually entered the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she? Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. But I died. The whole world ended. What am I doing here? Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin. Yeah, okay, head to the cabin now where I'm definitely going to slay that princess. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin. Oh, hold on. I'm just going to continue to be difficult as hell here. Yeah, where was it at?
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I mean, you say that, but...
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
The voice of the contrarian. Oh god, I got multiple voices now.
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
Okay, so yeah, I got that, you know... So we got Dr. Dre on one side, and we got like Eminem on the other here.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
I mean, well, we already, you know, knocked off one, so I mean, sure.
The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Asshole, you're just jealous that I got friends and you don't. Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
He put up walls to keep me from going anywhere else. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin. Well, I guess we got to...
A warning before you go any further.
Oh, I'm waiting to hear this. What you got?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Well, you just did everything in your power to stop me from leaving, so I mean, you're not really, you know, too trustworthy yourself.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Well, I mean, I kind of spawned him.
Let's keep an open mind.
Okay. No, not that.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
This whole, literally, we just like broke reality and everything, and, you know, yeah, this whole place doesn't make sense.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Its material devoid of feature.
Or maybe the carpenter was drunk, you don't know.
That table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with.
If I get a chance to throw that knife out the window, I'm throwing it out the window. To see what happens.
What you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. But when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
And I got lost on a trail before I got to her.
Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
And we got the chaos gremlin here, you know, intrigued.
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
Good point.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Yeah, you didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. Yeah.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What about the mirror?
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
I'm having a feeling I probably shouldn't do this. It can't be that bad, right?
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
What the fuck?
I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Okay, so I'm not human.
But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Why can't you just snatch the mirror, like, out of existence? I saw my hand. I know something's wrong with me. Man, fuck the blade. I'm walking down there.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down.
Like they're going down to me. North, south, east, west, and probably to New Jersey along the way. I don't know.
The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
Yeah, my brain cells like listen to all this.
If the
Oh shit!
A
Damn, I
disquieting
accidentally skipped
collage
something.
of tone and personality drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby.
I'm not being a baby. I'm being a survivalist here.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon.
That was kind of on me.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
Or my failure.
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
I like this guy. I like this voice. All right. So taking the harsh stairs.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs, until there's nothing left in them to
Watch me
feel.
fall down the damn stairs.
The air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
I'm never even actually gonna get to her at this point.
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
I thought for a second this was Aha's Take On Me video.
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you just going to stand there?
Oh, hi. So I guess I didn't make it to her. Look, I don't need your sass, lady. I've already been through, a bunch of, with this narrator.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Yep.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid
please don't make him repeat himself.
Myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit. Try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
She's totally not normal. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here. What's your name? Getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put that together again. Do you know what happened to me? For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here? You're apparently a threat to the world. I was sent here to slay you. I don't want to be that blunt with her. I mean...
Yeah, I know. I've been watching you stare at me for a long, long time.
I mean, it wasn't exactly planned.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face.
It looks like she's already tired of my shit, like, right now.
I don't think she likes us.
Well, I mean, we're not too fond of her either. I damn sure ain't fond of this narrator.
Wouldn't you be skeptical of someone stumbling in here if you were her? We lost ourselves the second we stepped into this place. I don't know how long she's been here, but I can't imagine it would be easy for her to trust anyone. Those eyes, though. They're so sharp. It's just deception. Don't buy into it. You can do this.
Yeah, I ain't got no weapon, though, and I'm having a feeling that she's not what she seems.
It's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here, too.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
Okay, what the hell are you up to, lady?
We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
I like how they reference the cabins.
You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
Oh, the problem is, I'm actually what happened, because I'm the one that ended up breaking everything.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it.
Okay, look, we basically were sitting here, like, to kill this woman or whatever, without any, like, explanation as to how she's in the world and everything. So I think we got a little bit of a reason to be irritating.
It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it?
You're gonna tell I do more things. I ain't finished yet.
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
Well, what, my looks?
Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
We're probably having a hard enough time, like, killing one of them. And I ain't even done that yet. And you want to make more? Yeah, it's kind of weird because it seemed like it's showing like two different choices there. There's more,
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
I mean, which one?
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start?
I mean, it's not exactly a multiple choice question. Oh, wait.
We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it.
I mean, if I was really actually supposed to be killing her or whatever, I mean, could I just, like, just take the chain like she's tied to and just straight...
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just figuring, like, you know, at this point, we might actually have to improvise.
Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
I like how I'm getting all the blame here, which is, I guess, kind of understandably so, but... I'm getting you out of here, trying for your... I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust...
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride.
Okay, that one up there in the upper left is kind of... That's concerning.
You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
See, I don't like the sound of this.
You
Oh,
find
shit.
the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
What? Okay, so I apparently saved her and slayed her at the same damn time. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once, you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs.
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
It's like, they literally, like, wrote that, like, trying to make you, like, think, like, wonder what the hell just happened. You can't even comprehend it.
But this... We can't...
Okay, I need to just behave myself, maybe.
Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
I feel like something's about to be very excruciating.
Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart.
What the fuck?
I think he's gone.
The narrator got yeeted out of existence.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit.
Oh my god, I didn't make a time paradox, I made a full-on existence paradox.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
I mean, how are we gonna help her? Like, you know, get her a job application at a freak show? I mean, I don't think we can salvage this one.
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Oh, this is me playing this game. They totally have consequences.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
It's gonna be okay. I'll do my best. I don't think you're supposed to... Just that blunt ass no. It's not a tough choice. I'll do my best. But you don't know if she had a chance to hear your reply. She's gone or replaced with something else.
She's gone.
That freaking mirror's
she go?
back.
Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we didn't even go about looking for her. The narrator's gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
Well, I mean, we ain't got much else to do here. We're probably like at the end of existence, and... It can't be that bad. You approach the mirror. Gaze into reflection. Sounds as you reach forward, they're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. What the heck? He's got wings, it looks like? You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Oh, god dang it. So, what am I like, some kind of bird creature or something? You're at the cabin. What kind of cabin is that? Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
I like how, like, basically here it is like 2 sessions here. I pretty much have done broke the freaking game. What are you? Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Or you what trapped me here? Do you know about the world beyond this place? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack the entity. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Lady, I have no idea what I am. I mean, I just kind of looked at myself in the mirror and I'm more confused than ever. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me.
I mean, she ain't far from the truth, I don't think.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
And she lost me. Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Oh, okay, smart ass. Okay, you know, fine. All right, you know, I'll give you that one. We got an elder abomination of a princess, you know, with a sarcasm issue. The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own.
And that's the kind of sass I would have came out with, probably. So has the world ended? How are you talking if it's ended? It's like, all right, look here, lady. I didn't ask you all that now.
These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths and walls. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold.
One sec. You know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
I will say, like, the voice acting in this is pretty awesome, though. Right. Let her out. Thought we already did that one.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
I hope not, because that looks painful. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me in here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
The thing is that, like, everything was comical, but now, I mean, it's kind of hard to really make fun of anything here. I mean, I've had some jokes, but oof. You know about the worlds between this place?
I know only that they are.
As long as, you know, we've established that you know they exist. I mean, I guess that's progress. Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Okay, in some way you're the princess is all I need to know, okay? Were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Okay, I'm ready to get back to the funny stuff. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay, now I've got like a whole bunch of more dialogue. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much do I forget? How many more pieces of you do I have to find? What if I don't let you do this to me? I was sent to slay Princess to stop her from restoring the world. If I help you, is that what you're gonna do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
I don't know what kind of perspective, you taught yourself there, lady, but you're being semantic. What are you gonna do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Aren't you scared I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Okay, see, I can argue that with you because you literally came into reality, meaning you are alive, so. How much do I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found.
You know shit.
But less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Okay, Rogues, note to self. Next time there's a possible chance I'm gonna end up like, just breaking the entire universe and reality with it or whatever, I'm just gonna go ahead and just, walk into the friggin' cabin. What if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I'm not going back.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
What? Oh, wait forever?
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become?
Okay, I think she's trying to talk me into annoyance, so I'll leave.
An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
What the fuck? Okay, now y'all just being smartasses.
I see you have returned to me. Days mean nothing in the maw of forever. I never left your side.
Okay, fine, I'm going.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
What did she do? Bribe me with a damn beer bottle? Jeez. Everything goes dark and you die. Was that literally like one long ass ending?
You're on a path in the woods.
You know when you see it, the real Slay the Princess starts here.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin...
That was like the most drawn out, that was more drawn out than the opening, like, title drop of a freaking, like, Marvel's MCU movie. Jesus. All right.
You're here to slay her. If you don't...
You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting R on your controller. Okay, now like we basically, hang on. Okay, I think they actually took away like the other dialogue choice.
Are you serious? No, you have
I'm gonna
to
be
do
I'm gonna be difficult whatever as much as possible. Are you serious? No, you have to do it. All right, let's see. Do I get some kind of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
No shit, because I was like, I'd do it to get the reward. That's literally what I just asked. You consider that maybe the only reason she's going in the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Oh, so you're trying to dodge the question, huh?
Nevertheless,
You just don't want to assume that
let
maybe
me
I'm right.
assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Here we go, I'm about to get lectured.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Well, last time it didn't work out too well. Of course, that was on me. Can someone else do this?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be...
Oh, you're just
I
goading
can
me into
promise
this.
you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
You're just trying to tempt my curiosity. That's what you're doing. You consider maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right? Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
And he wants to say I'm the one that's possibly got like some weird morals. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had a chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed.
I mean, it won't be the first time the world's ended.
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through. Ignore him.
Oh,
He
shit.
doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior
least it
of
looks
the cabin is
normal
almost
this time.
entirely bare. The air is stale and
jeez.
musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want.
Alright, we're gonna take the blade this time.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Well, here we go, rogues.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I'm pretty sure like we probably just renovate the place or something on there.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Get it remodeled.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Or she's just like perturbed, I just like, in her house, like, unannounced.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs. And
Like I'm just like,
look eyes at the
just checking in on you.
princess.
Like, who the hell are you?
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
I can observe. Just,
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
hey, don't mock me, all right? I'll have you know I'm a very valid threat. No,
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare.
Hey, look, you don't tell me what to do.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Thing is, she don't tell me what to do either. The thing is, I definitely don't want to listen to him.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling
He's already tired of my
hand
shit right
and
now.
drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
I know, okay, yeah. You got to emphasize that. I know what I did. I know I dropped the
We'll be
knife.
fine.
Don't say that.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
You never know.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Oh, she just skipping dinner and a movie and everything and just going right for the friggin' ring, ain't you, lady? He's like, okay, we talked enough, like barely any conversation. Relationship, are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Okay, she's smart. I'll give you that one. Look, a smart ass. Okay. You know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
If I knew, I wouldn't be asking your ass. I know I've been told whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
I mean, you're sure doing enough of it. She's sassy as hell, I'll say that much. The people out there who think you're going to end the world, what do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Well, I mean, we are going to go and get to the bottom of this. I'm done with it.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
Okay, well, the look on your face is saying otherwise, lady.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Well, how... Well, never mind, she says she thinks. I was about to say, how the hell are you going to, like, say you like the world if you've been down so long you can't even remember it?
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
I mean, I'm just trying to get both sides of the story. That look ain't really helping, though. What are you gonna do if I let you out of here?
Princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful.
Well, I mean, I don't think I can save you in a way you'd find meaningful.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Okay, we're going this way with this now.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's using some serious reverse psychology here.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
I mean, I don't know if I can trust your ass now either, but then at the same time, both times I defied him or whatever, you know, something bad's happened.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Now, what you got against monarchs? Or what's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Now I've got something against monarchs. All right, look here, woman. You're talking about, like, you know, trust here, and I can't even get your name?
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never
What a
get
double
straight
standard here.
answer out of her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Well, okay, well, at least that's, like, you know, something to go on. How do I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm asking her, not you. Let Mom and Dad talk for a minute, will you?
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
I know damn well you ain't trying to say what I think you're saying.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade.
I'm not cutting her hand off.
She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay. Okay, we talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
This is a tough one. I know damn well if I let her go, it's gonna be a problem for me. Cause I know she's gonna like, I know for a fact it's not gonna go well for me. I'm playing stupid here, but I'm gonna keep you locked away here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other while I do decide what to do. Keep her locked away. Yeah.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
I mean, she hasn't in all this time.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
The problem is we obviously can't get the hell out of here, because last time we tried to run away or whatever, we got a wall put up around us.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Oh, for the love of... No. No, I'm not listening to either of you.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here.
I mean, I do. It's still my decision, regardless of what happens.
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
I'm making you wait here until, like, I decide what to do.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Yeah, she probably ain't and everything, but... Still got my way. I didn't listen to her, and I didn't listen to the narrator, so...
Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
I don't feel like it.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the
Yes, yeah, put a
basement door,
table in the
locking
way,
it behind you
easily
and
gonna stop her.
barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't
We know
long
she's gonna
before
get
you
out,
start
but...
to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there.
Oh, shit.
Make things easier on yourself and let me out.
No, you can just go and just sit in there, whatever. If you gotta pee, you can do it in the corner.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
Well, your good side was snarky, very vague on what, answers I got out of it, and also kind of bitchy. You can stay behind that door.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
Could just jump out the window, or just leave out the front door.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
Just leave my hair alone. I mean, I kind of like my hair.
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Throw me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. So all that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster. Nor good. No, I'm not going to sleep. Oh, this is gonna...
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you never see the light of day again.
Lady, I ain't seen like a single bit of sunlight ever since I've been here or whatever. I think it's perpetually dark. I think I'll be good. Yeah, I like how she literally threw like one of my main lines I've said during my streams at me, the whole don't go to sleep thing. All right, Freddy Krueger, do your
Princess's
worst.
threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Okay, yeah.
You
Oh,
try
shit.
and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
So she turned to a sleep paralysis
Whose side are you
demon.
on?
I think that's obvious, dude.
Yours, of course.
Oh, he's
But
talking to
I
him.
have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Next time, I'm just
Your
gonna
lungs stop drawing in
pay it.
breath,
You know, do what I gotta
and
do.
your heart freezes in your chest.
Next time, I'm gonna behave myself.
You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
Well, I died once. I'm used to it.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
No, I didn't. We're at chapter 2.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
So let me skip. Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears us? That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you?
Now we got another voice, the paranoid.
Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all.
Listen, I'm telling you the truth, and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Well,
We couldn't trust
he's not
either
wrong.
of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't.
Shut up, okay?
All we did was lock her away.
Well, yeah, the hero.
And how'd that work out for you?
He ain't wrong.
No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
Oops. Yeah, it's like the menu here is a little confusing at times.
And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us?
I mean, she's already done a pretty good job of it so far.
Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't.
You know, that's not very nice. I could be like world threatening. He never knows.
Anyways,
You don't know.
I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
They kind of did. He ain't wrong there, but
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences.
yes, there were.
Killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working. And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
I had to put up with
Do
you
think the people
again?
there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
Okay, let's...
This is good. I was worried you might fall for his shit again, but this is good. Whatever answers there are to be found, they aren't here, and they definitely aren't there. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
I thought I wasn't supposed to, like, send us back over in this path, though.
That's strange.
Whatever.
That's
We're going in.
great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude,
Then I
to
gotta
Princess
let things
Leia,
repeat.
I think this will all resolve splendidly. A couple of laps around the woods were all it took for you to go in there.
No, I just didn't want to, like, end up, like, going to the same ending I already got.
I guess you're the one in control, aren't you? So if you want
Not
us to
really.
die again, I guess we'll die again. Good luck to all of us.
I'm just along for the ride like you are.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost
I don't like
featureless.
this.
The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
Before we actually do this, Rogues, I'm gonna go and get, like, a quick drink. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah. And also, I do want to apologize to you guys for the fact that I'm obviously kind of like running on fumes here. It seems like I'm a little bit like definitely not bored with the game or anything, but you can kind of see like I'm much more laid back with this, mainly because it's just like mostly reading and not anything like action focal. And I do admit I kind of struggle with games like this at times. Like when I played like like Danganronpa, back when I streamed on Mixer years ago, it was kind of like a similar thing. So I do apologize for all the yawning and everything. In fact, I went to the gym like earlier this morning, spent a few hours in there, then did the Doom Eternal stream, and now I'm doing this. So obviously running on fumes. I know it kind of like it's definitely kind of like the content's kind of taking a bit of a hit because of that. But again, it's not that I'm bored or anything. I'm literally just kind of tired. But I promised you guys I was gonna go and do 2 streams. So that's what I was making sure to do because I wanted to make up for last night. I've tried to cut back on doing 2 streams a day and everything like I was doing before. I mean, tomorrow's definitely gonna be another one gonna be doing so. But at the very least, got like a Java Monster. This is like one of the only Monster energy drinks I actually can have, like the Java ones and the zero sugar ones. But never actually had the salted caramel before. But yeah. Don't know if I like that or the Mean Bean more, but at least that one. Okay, yeah, I think I actually like that more than the Mean Bean. The main thing, it was just like it had like less calories to it, but hoping that'll at least like keep me from yawning as much. And with the interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood, the walls almost featureless. The only furniture's a nose and lone table. Knocked on its side in the corner of the room. Pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. I wouldn't really say it's inviting. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It is like still like kind of like a chill stream too.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You say that, but that blade wasn't there before. This is a trap.
Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
I mean, I wasn't really thinking about it until you said that, but
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done.
She's totally already gotten out.
So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. You did that before. So okay, I was different than I remember it being. Approach the mirror, take the blade again.
Very different. I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right?
Oh, fuck
She
it.
knows that we're here.
No, I see how you didn't notice it before. I literally did not pay attention to them being over there until he said something. Unless they just manifested. You know,
Calm down. Maybe the 3 of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died. You certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
yeah, it's easy for you to say. It didn't happen to you.
So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
You need to stop riding on your high horse.
You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
So, alright.
Good. Steel can't lie to us.
Let's just galvanize and square.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
Okay, like, yeah, we just blow her ass up and us along with her. I mean, of course, we already died twice, so what we got to lose?
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
Yeah, it doesn't bite now, Raider, and everything. Gotta worry about anything happening to him.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below.
Like he's just
reminds you
ignoring
of
us.
fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
I like how you use the doing her a favor thing every time now.
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
See, I told you we already been here, you moron.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
How hard is it to throw a knife? We don't need a plan that's gonna kill her. Miss Now I just need to think I can do it. I don't know what you're all being such pessimists right now. So the void between to the void between the stairs. I'm compelled to do that. I'm just gonna see.
It can't be that hard.
I'm gonna miss.
But then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If a knife is even enough to do anything against something like her in the first place, it'll be enough. Finally, a voice of reason. The rest of you should take notes.
Well, it took me a while to get there.
You know why I'm being a pessimist. I'm just asking questions. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
Oh boy.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
Like how the narrator's just trying not to focus on any of it.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
See, he's talking about me, where he's just basically telling me, like, oh, it don't matter which way you go. I mean, what obviously probably would.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Of course, it has to do this the creepy singing. I'll go back the way I came. She don't know me.
You turn back to the stairs, only to find they aren't there.
Of course.
A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
Oh my gosh, she got creepier.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
Like, suddenly he's like, what the fuck did y'all do?
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
I like how that narrator's first instinct when he sees her is to blame my ass for it. Which he's not wrong, but...
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
You can stop doing that at any time now.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Heart. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want? Or do you want to interrupt?
Like how paranoia is being the hero here.
You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Again. Your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
Oh, shut up!
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
Okay, you know, I'm about ready to stab her for real
She's
now.
attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late.
I say go for the mask.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, 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 nerves, heart, lungs.
I want to know, like I said, what's going on here. Why don't you finish me off?
Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to.
Okay, listen here, you sassy little...
Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
She's a friggin' sadist.
The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. And then... Shit, make her stop. Hey, snap out of it. Okay.
Don't, hey, snap out of it.
Deep breath, we're fine. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. You're back. Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
One moment,
lungs,
and
liver,
then you're
nerves,
gone.
heart,
Just
lungs, liver,
like
nerves,
that.
heart, lungs,
Ah,
liver,
and
nerves,
there's the
heart,
fear.
lungs, liver,
This is
nerves, heart.
crazy, though. I mean,
She
I'm
pulls
definitely
away.
loving this game.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it?
heart,
I've already done that.
Oh, yeah, you just gotta remind me, don't you?
liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
What happened at the last time you killed me?
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me.
Yeah, it does
So I
that.
started to drag your body out with me, and then,
Like last time I tried to walk away from the cabin or whatever, I like spread a whole goddamn, a city of them.
well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too.
Yo, whose fault is that? Well, technically mine, because,
I don't think I can live without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
I can arrange that.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
It's not the way you want, lady.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
If you need me alive, then why did you threaten me on the stairs? Why did you try to be nice to me?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
Good point.
And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me.
I wonder if that's why she's wearing the mask. She put the mask on actually because that's all that's key. So this dork died from fright just looking at her face before, so that's why she's wearing the mask. She wasn't wearing that mask right now, he probably would already died straight up.
Nerves, heart, lungs,
You seem miserable.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
I just gotta get down trying to get down. I'm hearing like heart, lung, liver, nerves. It's like starting to kind of like I might be hearing that in my sleep tonight.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
I know. You told me last time.
Heart, lungs, liver,
Destroy is such an unenlightened way of putting it. So sudden, so violent, so little nuance.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
I mean, you damn sure destroyed me last time and didn't seem that was much of a problem.
I'm not going to destroy the world, but I am going to hold it in my hands and squeeze it.
Nerves, heart,
I'm going to make it afraid, just like I've made you afraid.
nerves,
The world needs fear, doesn't it? Every terror I bring would make the good times so much better. Well, I'm practically doing a public good. So what harm is there really in letting me out?
Well, I mean, when you put it like that, I mean,
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
hell no, I ain't letting you out.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Yeah, see, people will die if you do to them what you done to me.
But everyone dies eventually. They're all full of wet, writhing things, and in the end, each and every one of them gets unwound. And then those things get to become a new everybody. Just to come apart all over again.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
All I want is to be there for it.
liver,
I want to watch it happen, and maybe do a little unwinding myself.
liver,
Is that really so much to ask?
liver, nerves, heart,
She's not gonna let you go.
nerves, heart,
Oh, no, definitely
nerves,
not.
heart,
If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free.
Bitch, I ain't no lucky rabbit's foot, thank you very much. I mean, if we leave out of here while I'm walking my ass like, you know, somewhere, get on a bus and getting far away from you, you can go wherever the hell you want.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
Don't worry, I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
No, I'm not a lucky rabbit. I'm the whole goddamn rabbit. She's talking about I'm a pet now.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
I should just
lungs,
took you out when I had the chance.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Being around you is agony. Let's just go and make her mad.
Oh, we both know that you don't have a say here, so you should just look on the bright side.
Lungs,
Tell me it's non-negotiable. And what bright side we talking about here?
Well, I'm not sure what the bright side is for you.
Thank
but I'm
you.
positive you can find it if you look hard enough.
heart, lungs, liver.
Yeah, look in the other direction.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Yeah, don't tell her we just die.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
You're a lunatic. You know that, right?
I am what I am, and right now, I'm in control.
Heart,
Uh,
liver, nerves.
She is just a she's a whole pistol and everything. Considering, in fact, she's just rapid fire with these comebacks.
So, you might want to be a little nicer to me.
Yeah, well, you kill me, then you can't get out anyway. So we got ourselves a little bit of a stalemate there.
She raises one long gloved finger.
I don't care about her stupid fingers. She better watch it before she puts it on me.
Seeming to enjoy the lingering threat. Heart, lungs, but she withdraws, sparing you another momentary glimpse of death.
Bite the hell out of that finger.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
I'll just die then.
And then we'll wind up right back where we started. Round and round we'll go. I wonder what will be different next time. Maybe you'll actually be able to move a limb. Who knows?
Liver, nerves,
I'll take a chance. I mean, I'll just keep dying over and over. I will pull a Dormammu. I'll come to bargain until your ass gets annoyed with me and lets me out of here. That's what I'll do.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
But I'm always going to win.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
You know, if I start being more and more annoying, I'll show up in here next time butt ass naked.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
You have to look at that for a while, and it'll force you to kill me just so you don't have to see that ugly side again.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
So I don't like my character, being an ugly side and everything. I mean, because then we already know what he looks like, some kind of random bird gargoyle thing. But
Nerves, heart,
are you sure about that? Give me again a try, and I'm bound to win eventually. And maybe you don't get to come back like I do. Again, we're gonna pull a Dormammu. I've come to bargain on her.
Is that a bet you're willing to take? Imagine climbing a mountain of lifetimes. And when you finally reach the summit, when you finally win, the only view you find is me.
Well, I'll just scream at the top of my lungs and cause an avalanche and cause you to fall with me.
And then I push you, and you go tumbling all the way down those millions upon millions of battered and broken pieces of you that couldn't make the cut.
nerves, heart,
What then? Would you have it in you to climb again? It sounds like a lot of effort for nothing. When instead we can just leave this place together, hand in hand.
liver, nerves, heart,
See,
lungs, liver,
I like the other version of her. The one that basically, was like just some kind of massive universal Elderrick abomination paradox thing or whatever. This one's, cocky as heck.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down? She ain't gonna do that.
Like I said, I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
See, she says that, but she needs me around and everything just for her to get out of here.
lungs, liver, nerves,
So I can't handle being around her, but she can't handle me not being around.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
So we got ourselves a little stalemate there.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
How about I kill you instead? Oh, this is gonna be a great one. She's gonna laugh at this one.
heart. The princess cocks her head, neck cracking uncomfortably. And you
Yeah.
can't help but imagine a smile.
I mean, I know she's only the
carve its
second
way
variation
from
we've
ear
seen,
to
but yeah,
ear.
this has been the best one so
Side
far.
of her mask. Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
Thinking about that knife, are we?
Did she take my friggin' knife?
No. that little theory to the test. See how it plays out. But I don't think you're going to like what happens.
I mean, you wouldn't like it that much either.
Because even if you make me dead, you're not getting out of here.
I've still done my job.
This place is mine. And I'm not giving you the stairs unless I'm leaving with you.
I'll take these damn wooden planks and I'll build a set of stairs. I'll be crafty, lady. I'll go bother the builder in this. I'm not doing any of this. I'm not helping you leave. I'm not going to try and kill you, so do your worst. See, here's the thing. She's supposed to be a nightmare. That's basically me expressing not being afraid of her. I don't know how this is going to work, but...
Are you serious? You fling the blade into the void, denying yourself the opportunity to ever slay her and finish your mission.
If she's a ghost, I can't stab her anyway.
Nobody's happy here, but maybe it's for the best.
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before
I
it
probably shouldn't have told her to
envelops
do her worse.
Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again.
I probably should have just
decay
stabbed her. It
and
probably would end the
a
same
million
way.
Stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
Oh, someone don't sound happy.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment. Gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Jeez.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to
Did
us?
did we become her nightmare?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
You can't keep going. Well, what are you talking about?
But he doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body's dead, but you live on. Well, dang, we still... What the fudge? Well, I mean, I'm glad someone's found clarity, because I sure as shit didn't.
You're on a path in the...
What the f...
Shit. What the hell was that? Where are we? What are we doing?
I got an narrator talked, and then, like, the paranoid's like, what the fuck is going on here?
There was a princess, I think.
Oh, we got another voice.
It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember. You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you?
Yeah, we're not even gonna try to explain.
I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out. No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have
Packages.
to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we?
Yeah, and look where that got us.
Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works.
Now we got an
out for us.
opportunist.
Think
We got
about
two
it.
new
She's the
voices.
one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything. No, we were supposed
Crap.
to keep her trapped there
How many
forever,
voices did we get?
I think.
We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart?
We got the cold, the opportunist, the opportunistic, the broken, the stubborn,
We can't be unfeeling.
the hunted.
Not when there's so much fear everywhere. There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried.
The contrarian.
everything. We love her,
What the?
so we have to set her free.
Great. Now one of us is just straight up in love with her.
Can we love something that hates us?
And a skeptic.
Can we love something that hurts us? To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
Like only twice, as far as I know. I think they're all wrong. I'm gonna turn every single voice in my head against me if I don't watch it. It's a good question. How many times have you been here? What if we didn't go to the cabin? Can you make sense of them? Feel so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can slay her.
Of course we're wrong. She's the only thing that's right. Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it?
I don't know, because I mean, which one of me, which me are you talking to here? Getting back to his earlier question, how many times have you all been here?
Many times. It feels like we've been here forever. But it also feels like we've barely been here at all.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, it kind of does. We're gonna get the hell on out of here.
Yes, we just have to do what she says, and then everything will be fine. It won't.
I mean, ye a little faith.
It will be for us. She said so.
And we got strength in numbers, obviously.
You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on.
That doesn't make sense. I only remember being here twice before. See, even like, you know, the game's tracking it. Some of you don't seem to remember being here at all. Was I here the other times? Did someone else make decisions?
What does here even mean if you really think about it?
Like, shut up. You're not helping.
Shut up.
Thank you.
You were here.
Every single time.
I like how at least me and one of the voices got on the right foot there.
You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged.
Okay, you need to shut up too.
You're lucky.
Your goddess is the reason why we're
What I
here.
would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
If I remember what I did, then it couldn't have been me that did it.
Don't think about that too hard. All it will do is weaken your resolve and make it that much harder for you to slay her.
Well, we gotta figure out how we're gonna get to her this time, because it seems like every time I look around, like, you know, reality's unraveling more and more.
Maybe you're shattered in your own way.
I mean, everything's shattered. Have you looked at the place?
Are you your memories? Or are you the one perceiving the present moment? Ugh, here you go philosophizing again. It never goes anywhere. Yes, this is far from the first time you've asked us about consciousness. Who am I? What am I? What is I? Who even cares?
Yeah, why is Gamora?
They're good questions, great questions even, but they don't have any answers. And they all just end in quivering torment. It doesn't matter what we do, because we always find her, and if we don't find her, she always finds us.
And then she smashes us into smaller pieces. If you all just stopped feeling, we could have been done with this ages ago.
Your thoughts are far too scattered to rein back in. Your only option is to silence them.
Yeah, good luck with that. Oh god, the only way out is do nothing. So nothing I will do. What if we don't go to the cabin?
We've tried that.
Well, I mean, apparently you did. I didn't.
It doesn't work.
Our hearts always brought us back to her.
Or maybe it's just bad luck.
The deck is stacked. So many paths, and they're all circles.
Okay, well the deck is stacked. I mean, we just like she sees the princess. We just need to like purge her from existence. Literal royal flush. That was terrible, and I ain't taking it back. The only way out is do nothing.
You do nothing. You can't just do nothing. You have to do something.
I mean, I'll sit my ass right here on on one of these trees, and I'll wait.
That's a new one. Huh. Do you think it'll work? No. Nothing ever works.
Well, nothing ever works. We're doing nothing. Nothing ever works, so nothing's gonna work.
Boo. You're the worst one.
You didn't say nothing. You said nothing ever works, not nothing never works. So.
He's not the one who got us into this mess.
Well, damn sure wasn't me.
At least I keep you breathing around her.
Paranoid's got a point. Paranoid was kind of the MVP before.
See? That's why the sad one's the worst. The jumpy one tries. Who cares? All of you just yap about nothing.
Well, I mean, I thought nothing was the plan.
And that kind of attitude is why you're in the top half. Great. And that's why you're not the top. I want to see what nothing does for us. And right now, all of you aren't letting nothing happen.
Hopefully this stuffs all the rest of them someplace quiet. You need me, and you need to not have them. He'll get you killed by himself.
I like how all the voices are arguing with each other.
Oh, all of us have gotten all the rest of us killed at one point or another. That's hardly even a concern now. As the little voices bicker amongst themselves,
This is one of the best endings so
stay
far.
Still in the woods. It is difficult, and the more time you spend waiting, the harder it will be to sharpen your focus when you need it.
I mean, this is like the next step where they say talking to yourself, isn't bad. It's when you start replying to yourself. But they've gone further. They're not just replying. They're actually arguing amongst themselves.
I wonder what we look like right now. Are we standing? Sitting? I like to think we have an air of dignity.
I wouldn't say that now.
My point exactly.
We're gonna keep doing nothing.
Congratulations, you continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing. Wait, can you still hear me? Everything's getting fuzzy.
We just purged the narrator again, I think. I mean, multiple times.
Ha! It's our turn to flip the table.
I think all the voices just drowned him out. It's like the second time I think that the narrator somehow just got yeeted out of existence.
This is the end, isn't it?
Everything is wrong. What is that twisting feeling? We're so small.
Uh-oh.
I don't think we're supposed to be here. Just another bout of nonsense. Again. I can't think anymore. Finally, I've just needed to leave for so long.
I thought I would last without them. I thought I was special.
Well, it looks like this was a good idea. Something new is happening. Well done. Brilliant, even.
Oh boy.
Right? Guys?
Oh boy. The world around you is unwound. It's physical matter replaced by texture nothing. You find yourself in long quiet once again. Memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Mutilations pulse louder, something other comes close. You already know what dwells in empty spaces. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against you. Your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. The world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. Well, we got... Turning to destined path, their face of consequences.
You're on a path in the woods.
Well, here we go again,
And at the end
rogues.
of that
I think I got
path
enough in me for one
is a
more tonight.
cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Oh, we've already done all these. Oh, sweet. I've always wanted to offer Monarch. Viva la revolution.
That's the spirit.
You say that, but I'm probably gonna get in here and
Make
screw
your
up
way
before I even
short
actually,
path to the cabin.
get the blade to her throat.
Find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right?
That was definitely the best ending so far, though.
The interior of the cabin.
I'm just gonna enter it without a knife, see what happens.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Okay, this is a different voice now.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Yeah, well, when I came in here with a freaking knife, where she freaking basically told me to lose it. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
Let's see, and they've really tried to play into it this time, whatever. I know damn well I'm gonna drop my guard. She's gonna, she's gonna snap my neck.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist.
You notice how her whole
binding
demeanor
her to
changes
the
each
far
time.
wall of the
Before,
basement.
she was just looking like, oh my god, I'm already done with your shit. You like such a loser.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name? Let's see if she actually tells you her name this time.
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
Don't you say you don't remember your name.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Well, at least she was nice about it. The other one was like, she basically was like pretty much saying, I demand you call me Your Royal Highness. And bow down and kiss my feet or whatever. At least this one, she actually is just...
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
Oh, please, for the love of God, don't get into semantics here. You guys... Oh, here we go. So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
I'm wondering if this is like one of those things where if I say her, it's like Rumpelstiltskin. I say her name or whatever, and that's going to be what actually, gets rid of her.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
And if it's mentioned Christmas past, you actually forget your own freaking name.
Okay, that's weird.
Thank you.
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully, you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
She's like an actual character in RPG kind of like that basically, some player named her like one of the most, disrespectful names ever, and she don't even want to repeat her own name. Like, pretty much, like someone playing Earthbound or whatever, naming Ness asshole or whatever, but then, just picture in the real world. It's okay, what's your name, little boy? You're gonna take that one up with my parents. I was like, I'm not repeating that name. Like, she's just... Because the thing is, there's a funny story behind that. When I first played Suikoden on the PS1, or Suikoden, however you say it. I never really got far in it. I think they're actually doing a remaster of like that and in the second game. But what I played Suikoden, it was actually pretty cool. And it was also one of the games like in Metal Gear Solid, Psycho Mantis would like, reference if you had a save file of it. He'd be like, oh, you like Castlevania or whatever. But he also would do like, you like Suikoden. But I never actually really remember the plot of the game. But what I do remember is that the guy that, you play as, being like just this little mischievous little, this mischievous kid playing it for the first time. Got a PS1 for Christmas. And like I remember like I think it was like my mom, my aunt, like, rented it for me from a video store. First thing I do, I name the main character you play as Asshole. And then like throughout the time, like my time playing the game, every time like someone addressed, my character in the game, like they address him as Asshole. So I'm just thinking like, just picture that she's like, one of those characters in RPG that, someone like, the player, like, named them something just completely, just absolutely disrespectful to where like, it's the most hilarious thing of like everyone in the game world like is referring to him by this name. And she basically, has self-realization of that name and is refusing to say it out loud. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down for a reason. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? Oh, this should be rich.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Well, I mean, obviously, if I'm the first person you've seen or whatever, unless you're like, you're eating you're literally self-sustaining off air or something, I mean, you kind of need food and water, lady. It has everything to do with it.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess.
That, well,
That's
you are
hardly relevant.
Let's hear simp. Now suddenly you're simping for her and everything. No, it is relevant considering the fact that obviously if I'm the first person she's seen in a while and she's chained up, I mean, what's she saying stuff off? Biting her fingernails? Talking about like it's hardly relevant.
Okay, but actually, what has she
Thank
been
you.
eating? She has to eat, right?
What are you gonna do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me.
I mean, I never said that, but last time like I came over here, you did kind of kill me, but you don't know about that. Okay, so I feel like I'm in a situation where like just about everything is gonna. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up here down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Well, okay, now we're finally getting somewhere.
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
How are you gonna be vague and detailed at the same time?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I mean, well, we're not really getting anywhere with that because every time I think she's gonna come up with something or whatever, she doesn't even freaking know the answer. Doesn't know. Apparently, like, ask her what she's been eating and drinking. Can't even explain that. Doesn't even know her own name. Well, here we go. I was sitting here as Slay. You're apparently supposed to end the world. Oh, this is definitely gonna. But I don't think. Oh, hold on. But I don't think you're actually dangerous. But I want to see for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
And here's what's worrying me. A lot of times when you have like situations like this, the most sincere character usually, ends up, showing like, some of the worst qualities and everything. And I'm trying to figure out if it's actually gonna get worse than what we just saw of her. Because that last thing was kind of terrifying.
That's How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her.
You can shut up.
She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
So here's the thing I'm going to say about the voice acting here. What I think is really awesome, because I think it is the same voice actors for everything here. I love how what they've done with this is they basically are using the same dialogue more or less, but she's actually portraying, and this is like basically showing her talent here. You know, she's basically, it's the same dialogue, but she's taking like a completely different tone. Last time she was cocky and condescending as hell, but here, like, you know, she's much more, much more, more kind or sincere sounding. So it definitely shows, like, the talent here and the fact that she's basically able to, like, this, like, same dialogue in a way, but she's actually putting much different emotions into it. That to me is like, to the voice actress, yeah, well done on this, like, for sure.
I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
So I'm wondering, like, what other personalities we're gonna get.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
So part of me is hoping that actually is going to be like a proper end in this where she actually isn't trying to kill, like, in the world. But
don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
all right, I won't kill you, but I can't just say free. What if I just stay for a while and just kept you company?
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her,
I'm just hoping it doesn't go back to what we saw before.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
I mean, I was kind of okay with it, but last time, yeah.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help.
Uh-oh.
But if you don't, I can promise...
Okay, no, we're not going back in this territory.
You have to make a choice.
I'm going to get my knife. No, I'm not going this again. I'm taking you out right now.
You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Oh, I'm not leaving you here. I'm just like, going back up here for a few seconds, and I'm going to come back and keep you company.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our
Do
help
not
to
let me
get
go
out.
back to the same thing we just did.
But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all.
We saw a perspective switch, like out of nowhere.
You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
She's gotten loose already, hasn't she?
Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm. Its cooling flesh still chained to the wall.
Well, this just went
And
south.
She is nowhere to be seen.
I thought she was just gonna be
Is it just
gone.
me? Or did
Like,
this room
completely.
get a lot bigger?
See, it's a good thing there's not a foot there. It's like, I think we got off the wrong foot. That would have been way too soon. Hello?
Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
All right, let's finish this. I'm ready for it.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her.
That wall's getting closer.
Where is she?
I'm not close that door behind me. I'm investigating the arm.
As you
Hey,
step
get your ass
towards the
back
severed
here.
limb, you hear the pattering of feet behind you, soft against the basement floor.
Don't know if I
then
would have turned
loud
around and like try to close that door
against the
behind me or what.
stairs. You turn to chase after the princess. but she
Shit, I
fast
didn't close
has
the door
too much
behind
of
me.
the lead.
Because I thought if I closed the door behind me, she was going to sneak up on me.
She slams
That
the
bitch
door
did not just
behind
lock me
her
in
before
here.
You can make it to the top of the stairs. The lock clicks into place.
Oh, okay, so now I see how it is. I locked her down here last time, now she's doing it to me this time. Okay. Well played, lady, well played.
No!
Thanks for letting me out. I'd return the favor, but I think we both know that I can't trust you to let me stay free.
With those parting words, the princess walks away, her quiet footsteps eventually fading as she leaves you and the cabin to rot. You're stuck here, alone. It can't just end like this, right?
I'm hoping that she's a lefty, assuming it was like, you know, her left hand that she cut off. Or if she's a righty, I hope it was her right hand.
As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently,
She might be
I can't
ambidextrous, knowing
deny
my
the
luck.
reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
Okay, next time I'm going
You
to close the
don't know
damn
how
door
much
behind
time
me.
passes before the end, but eventually it comes. The world ends, and you end with it.
The witch.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I should have. I wonder if, like, if I would try to close like the cabinet, like the door, she would have like got out anyway. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
Opportunist.
You know I can hear you.
Did we have the opportunist
It's going
before?
to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
There's a lot of, you know, agreements about disagreeing, like, so far, so why not? Oh, yeah. Wait, was the opportunist there? Oh. Let's assume that I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died.
So the thing is, instead, like, you can listen to, like, you know, you
because
can
didn't
skip, like,
listen
dialogue
to
you've already
me.
done. We've already done this dialogue, I thought.
We were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous
I
situation.
guess because the opportunist...
Can't blame us for weighing our options.
I want to say the one was, like, in the everything there, I thought that was, like, the optimist.
I can if you failed to slay the princess, which you apparently did.
Oh, shut up.
So great. Congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any
Oops.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess locked us in a basement, we eventually died, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
I guess like pretty much the reason why we can't like skip it like outright, skip everything, is because there's like different changes to it. Because like last time it's pretty much where she killed us or whatever. It's like it's basically different variations.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we?
Fair point, but you know.
You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions.
I just love like, you know, that the voices like have conversations with each other.
What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin, and save the world.
This does have me wanting to play Disco Elysium, because I played like a very, very small amount of it, you know, back when I streamed on, I think it was Mixer? I can't remember if it was Mixer or Twitch. But, it's been so long ago. Because I've got like, you know, the, the complete version of Disco Elysium for like my PlayStation. Originally I got it for the I had their base version for the PC. But it's a similar concept in that one. I think in that the character you're playing as can get like different like personality traits, and it's absolutely hilarious. Like some of the stuff that can happen. What little bits I did see. I think like I think that the voices in his head actually can like, you know, talk to each other in that one too, or they basically have like their own narrations. So eventually I do want to get around to doing Disco Elysium. I know that, you know, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu was one of the ones I was hoping to start eventually after like Doom Eternal. But now I'm obviously, you know, hooked on this too, trying to play this in between. But also like Bloodborne, I've wanted to eventually get started on that. But Disco Elysium is one I've really been putting off for a while, and I want to, you know, properly play through it. So let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
You've been talking more than we have almost. She killed me last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again? You know, all she did last time was lock me in a basement until I died. Don't get me wrong, I hated it, but how can we have someone like that in the world?
She just can. But that doesn't mean you're not fully up to the task that's been given to you. Have a little faith in yourself, and maybe try not to get tricked this time.
I didn't necessarily get tricked now. I was walking back upstairs to get the knife and everything, you know, she friggin' like, you know, ran out the door before I could like, you know, before I could stop her. She killed me last time around. This is gonna be great.
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job...
Notice I'm calling this very simple. Nothing's been simple about this.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word. I don't think either of you really need to press the man on this. He wants us to slay the princess, so why would he have anything to hide? He seems like a nice guy to me. I appreciate the vote of confidence, but you should really stop wasting time chatting amongst yourselves in the woods. So if we could move this along...
Okay, we're going.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
I could just turn my ass around and leave, but we're not going back to that that reality.
Before you go any further, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
Okay, let's see how it looks this time.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor
It's like the
is
most
damp
dramatic
and
change to the
earthy,
cabin yet.
and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
This whole cabin's different than last time. Boy, is it.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Remember like last time where he found out we actually have it? It's like, what did you do? Okay, let's go ahead and take the blade and get down here.
You take the blade from the shelf. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
Or she'll know, I bet.
That's not actually a bad idea.
I wonder if, like, you know, if I look at the mirror in a different reality, I'll look different. But
dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
I love, again, every time we go down there, he does like a completely different, like, you know, explanation of the area, and then he always thinks it was like, he'll probably doing her a favor. That's like, I love the running joke there.
Her voice skitters up from below.
Okay, let's see how she sounds here.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Okay, this is concerning. I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing.
I'll argue this with you all day, woman.
I recognize that voice
Oh,
as
shit.
easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying?
Narrator's not gonna...
Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Yeah, we're just discussing this right here, like on the stairs, like right where she can probably hear us.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement.
Will she grow her arm
stairs,
back?
entering the dark room below. You can just make out
Wait,
the
she have a
shape of the
freaking
princess
tail?
in the gloom. She's huddled against the far
Oh my God,
wall,
she turned to a...
her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
She turned into something.
And there you are. One hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
So you should have just tucked it into your friggin' pants or whatever and then walked out like you were both arms exposed. She probably would have knew anyway, but...
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses.
Unless she's psychic or something now.
Good.
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true.
Yeah.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out?
I don't know if that was sarcasm or...
Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it.
Yeah, we've met.
I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. You fought us on it back in the woods. That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
Probably.
Let's chat a little bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
Well, I don't know about that.
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Look here, you. I guess since you're not happy with me. I didn't do shit to you last time. You're the one who let me wait till I died.
That is an exceptional good
I'm gonna piss her off.
And you were the conniving beast that left in search of steel to slay me. Just because I won and you lost doesn't mean I'm to blame for bad blood.
Okay, look here now. I'm not a sore loser. You know, you're the one that's like should be sore because you cut your own hand off.
Also a good point.
You keep out of this.
She can't even hear you. Why are you trying to brown-nose her? I'm not brown-nosing anyone. I'm just taking a fair and balanced approach and hearing out everything that everyone has to say. If she's in the wrong, then you don't have anything to worry about.
But I must confess, this place never let me out into the world. While you were gasping your last down below, I was trying to claw and bash and break my way out. But I never did manage to be free. Until finally, I found myself here again, and you were gone. It seems that you get to come and go as you please. So you may be a bigger part of the answer to this riddle than I'd like you to be. Maybe bygones can be bygones.
She's trying to use me.
But you'll have to let me out first.
I guess since you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
It was a serious question. Can you get out on your own? Those chains didn't stop you last time.
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Then why the hell is she in them in the first place?
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
I ain't giving her the freaking knife. I like how it's like, I'm gonna attack you now. I might actually go with that one. Why do I have a nagging feeling you're gonna stab me in the back if I help you out of here?
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them?
See, I would say, like, bring back up that she locked me in the basement, but again, I was the one that tried to stab her, so.
But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event.
I love the opportunist. That's like one of my favorite voices so far.
She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember?
See, that's the thing about it. You know, she's saying like there won't be any bad blood, like the only thing that'll be dead and buried and everything, but she destroys the world. There's gotta be like no world to bear me on in the first place.
Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's gonna stab us in the back.
Yeah, she'll probably just stab us in the front, so like, you know, we'll see her smiling the whole time it happens.
I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same thing. See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
I like to be straightforward with my intentions. I didn't care for how you treated me last time. I think you might be a danger to the world. I'm gonna attack you now. I'm just gonna announce I'm gonna attack her. It's probably gonna go well for me.
Do you think that being direct with your ill will frees you from its wickedness? Murder and betrayal are still murder and betrayal, whether you state your intentions or keep them hidden behind your back.
See, this is why we never tell people what we're actually thinking. She's just as mad, only now she's ready for us.
I mean, that's the thing. I'm intentionally playing the idiot with this dude.
Still, better a violent fool than a plotting coward. Better for me, I mean.
As you close the distance, readying your strike, she throws a fistful of dirt into
Oh, you
your eyes.
cheater!
You must have known I would be ready for you. Deep in your heart, you know the same things about me I know about you. We're both so very awful.
As you brush the silt from your eyes, the princess tackles you, flattening you against the dirt floor.
We were always going to kill each other here, weren't we? I can't trust you, and you can't trust me, and those doubts spin and spin and spin into hate.
She buries her teeth deep into your chest, tearing it. Great, she's distracted. Stab her in the back. In for a penny, right? Why not?
Oh,
As
shit.
the princess rips meat from bone, you plunge your weapon into her unprotected back.
Ha, you bastard! Even face to face, you find a way to stab me in the back. I know you, and you're hideous. Absolutely wretched.
Oh, don't tell me she's enjoying this.
Maybe we are the same. So what? Throw her off us. Kick her in the shins. We don't have to fight so dirty.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like a fight for our lives here.
Of course we do. Fighting clean won't help us win. It takes a wretch to know a wretch, and we're all at the bottom of the barrel here. There's no point in pretending otherwise.
Plus, this is the first time I've actually got a decisive, a hit in on her.
Are we at the bottom of the barrel? We've got dirt in our eyes and a chunk of us chewed out. That's not the bottom of the barrel, what is? No arguments here. You're doing great. Keep playing dirty if that's what it takes. But if we win, we won't be at the bottom anymore. We'll have climbed a little higher. And once we start climbing, well, who knows where we'll stop?
Yeah, let's actually survive first.
You'll stop right here if you keep daydreaming. Don't let yourself get distracted thinking about what comes after. None of us ever said we stopped fighting. And what a low and vicious fight it is. Eyes gouged, skin scratched bloody, hair ripped and nails broken. Every rule there ever was in the book of honourable combat, both you and the princess have broken 12 times over. That's nice and all, but are we winning? Nobody's winning. I thought playing dirty was supposed to give you the upper hand, but I suppose that doesn't work if you both sink to the same lows. Still, at least you're not losing.
Well, I mean, that's one way to look at it. Half glass empty, glass, half full. Or just shatter on the floor, among, like it's liquids and everything. So pretty much, it's not, empty or full because it's broken.
The princess cackles maniacally as the fracas continues. But behind her cackle, you hear the low groan of warping wood.
Oh, boy.
Wait, what's going on? We're establishing a newer, better packing order. No, the groaning thing. Why is the wood making noise? Who cares about the groan? It's just a sound. Things make sounds all the time. I care about the groan. Doesn't that mean something bad is happening?
Either we're about to fall to the floor or something, or like this whole tree thing, a tree cabin thing we're inside is about to attack us too.
Oh, yes, well, I'm afraid that's the sound of the basement getting smaller.
Oh, crap.
You hear that, you pathetic wretch? Those are the roots of the wild, and they're coming to choke the breath from your lungs and squeeze the life out of you.
Excuse me, what? You and the princess disengage for a brief moment, just long enough to get your bearings. Behind you, the basement door has been sealed over, thick roots barring your only exit from the dirt pit. And slowly, but very perceptibly, the roots are closing in on you both.
Well, I mean, at least her ass ain't getting out.
That's right. They're coming for you. And they won't stop until there's nothing left down here but them.
What about you? They'll crush you as easily as they crush me.
As long as you suffer while you die, I'll gladly suffer with you. especially if I get to see it happen.
Well, wow, and I thought we were like, getting along so well.
This doesn't help anyone. I can't believe she'd kill us both just to spite me.
Yeah, that's an extra level of petty right there.
See? This is exactly why you've been tasked to slay her. She's an antisocial monster who'll gladly burn the whole world for her satisfaction. The roots grow ever closer. We know. We can see them.
I'm gonna go out fighting.
You attack the princess once more, and once more the two of you fall into a vicious brawl. The basement continues to shrink as you fight, but neither of you pay it any more mind. Not until it's too late. The roots twist around you both, binding your limbs and rendering you helpless. As your fates close in, all you can do is watch her. And all
I like
she
how
can
this
do
entire
is watch
chapter has basically just been like just sheer pettiness between the both of us. She started out so kind or whatever, and all because I was basically going to go back down and stab her. She locked me in there, and it's pretty much been like just a massive hate boner for between both of us since. That's the thing. I was like, screw it. I know she's not going to let me out anyway. So I must go ahead, just keep this going.
At first it's almost gentle. The two of you lift it delicately off the ground. But the cradle of the growing roots soon gives way to tightness. And that tightness gives way to bulging pressure as they begin to constrict.
Oh, okay, now it's kind of getting a little bit
Creaking
sad.
Wood is drowned out by the snaps and pops of your bones, pain flooding your senses as you feel your skin deform, being shaped unnaturally by the living basement. Tears well up in the princess's eyes, her own bones splintering and fresh swelling with trapped blood.
It was funny at first and everything, just seeing the fight and everything, but yeah, this is kind of sad.
I can't wait to do this again, you wretched little thing. I hate you, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay, never mind. She just, yeah, Roots, y'all go just do your job.
The pressure is unbearable.
I mean, it's still sad looking at it, but
You can't breathe. Your vision swimming with red, head pounding as everything tightens.
yeah, it's just how graphic this one is.
And then you pop. Everything goes dark. And you die.
It's just like it was creepy, it was actually sad. But then afterwards, but then afterwards, she basically says, "I hate you." I was like, okay, then fine, yeah. And then you pop, everything goes dark, and then you die, and then that's just the comedy of it. And we're still not done.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge.
Okay, now where are we going with this now?
His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that?
She basically just took his job.
That's not, that's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third?
I do like how it actually does keep track of everything.
That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us.
Like, once again, he's like, what'd you do?
He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, what happened? What did you do?
Again, he's going back to what'd you do, like immediately blames me like last time.
Sure, there's no reason to keep secrets.
Someone decided to go in guns blazing last time, and that someone got us killed.
I mean, I did announce to her what I was gonna do. I mean, I didn't necessarily go in guns blazing. I basically cocked the gun in front of her and then let her, show my intentions, and then I, pulled the trigger.
And what should we have done? Let you draw
Oh, here's the
things
stubborn.
out with all that conniving. Everyone knows a straight fight is best. It's honest.
Honestly, I mean, it didn't really feel like a straight fight. I mean, honestly, it kind of felt like she whooped my ass is what it felt like.
There's no need to bicker about it. I wasn't trying to start anything. I don't mind what happened to us. I kind of like it now that we aren't actively being crushed.
Yeah, now that you mention it, this isn't so bad.
It says someone like he actually got the stubborn to agree with someone.
And it's not like the fight is what killed us anyway, it was the cabin. No point worrying about who charged who when that place ground us all into paste in the end. The princess included.
I mean, technically I did my job. The princess was slayed and everything. I kind of instigated it.
It was a fitting end. I'm sorry if it hurt, but doesn't this make it all seem so small?
I see. So the cabin ground you into paste, and now you're convinced you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
I mean, I can feel it wherever the hell this is, I suppose. This thing watching us, what is he? Why should anyone do anything right now? This is fine. I like being this. Why are you being nice to me? Don't you hate me? Don't we sort of hate each other? She became one with nature. She's good now. She's all zen with everything. I can feel the pressure of the outside pushing in on us. What are we supposed to do about it? This is how we're supposed to be, but what do we do now? Whatever we are now is an abomination. I want out. I don't like this. I'm supposed to be me, and you're supposed to be something that isn't me. Okay, you. Now, how do I stop her?
You can start by remembering that you exist, and not as some part of a Gestalt entity formed with the princess. You exist as your own self, complete with your own physical body separate from hers.
Except my physical body got crushed.
I'm not so sure about that. We were something like that once, but now? And if thinking about that isn't enough to startle you back to reality, consider this. She committed a murder-suicide using a living cabin. Right, that was unpleasant. We weren't big fans of that, I think. I'm sure I would have had us do the same thing if we were in her shoes. We really do make a great pair. He's probably just jealous. You need to remember that you and the princess are enemies. Don't let bygones be bygones. Remember what she's done to you and how much it hurt.
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the doubting and the hatred and the schemes. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Doesn't all that conflict
So is she like
feel
just
so
in love with me
far
now or
away right
something?
now? So petty. We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
See, I was talking about her being petty before, and then she just admitted to it herself.
Spoken like, honestly, a real puppet master. Have we considered that maybe she's the one trying to trick us?
I'm not.
But there's a feeling, isn't there? That petty feeling she mentioned, it is fuzzy, but it's there. Almost like she still hates us. It feels mutual.
Well, I mean, they just beat the crap out of each other and everything, and then just death glare at each other until they died and everything. I think it's safe to say it's mutual.
Please, stop. If you pay attention to that feeling, you'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
She's trying to turn you away from the truth. There's something she doesn't want you to see. I think you already know you have to look at it.
Hold yourself together. We're no strangers to effort. We can push this back down. Something might do us in eventually, but I'll be damned if that something is a thought.
Is it hatred?
Please, don't make us remember how we were.
And just like that, you start to fall apart. Right, she really does hate us, and we hate her. It hurts thinking about us as separate things, but we're separate. We can't hate ourselves. I love me.
Oh yeah, we know. We can tell.
We never got to see the end of that fight, did we? And we can't both be winners. One of us has to beat the other, right?
I don't want to remember what it felt like to be killed. It was so much nicer when it didn't feel like it mattered.
And yet you keep remembering. You remember the loathing and animosity you've shared with the princess, the pain and the anger and the betrayal. And you start to remember something else, too. You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. And you can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
Maybe bygones can't be bygones. I don't know why I ever wanted to share a body with you, of all things. It's like my very soul reeks of yours. That was horrible. This is better. Finally, I'll be able to hurt you like you deserve.
Reeks of mind. Where I mean, well, hell, you can just go take a shower. You know, if you don't like my love stench that much, lady. Yes, I just went there. You know, she probably like, you know, that was a massive phrasing, a massive innuendo. She has said, y'all can deal with it.
I wish I didn't have to.
Some division, when sown, can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were. A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole.
Oh,
And
God.
then you find yourself, blade in hand, exactly where you need to be. At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this once and for all.
Kill me then, if you hate me so much. Just get it over with.
This doesn't feel like a fight. This isn't what I wanted. Where's the victory in this?
Yeah.
Well, this should be easy. If you're sure about it. I mean, what's the point of being king of the hill if there's no one around to be better than? We'd just be sitting on a hill.
Do we have to do this?
You have to. You know you have to.
I cut her free. She's gonna kill my ass. I know it's gonna happen. I never want to kill you, but not really. We can't be the same thing as each other. I had to put it into whatever happened to us. Thing is, I'm gonna regret this. She's gonna freaking stab me dead in my back. Can't do it.
You devious little bastard.
Oh, shut up,
If
okay?
you think I'm going to let you free her, you have another thing coming.
It's not negotiable.
And that other thing is... We'll just have to wait and find out when it happens. Just ignore him. What's he gonna do? Lecture us into submission? He can talk all he wants. He's weak.
Don't
Thinks he can
say
boss
that.
us
Is
around
I'm
when
having
he
a film.
doesn't
Is
have
y'all
any
gonna piss him off?
authority. We're clearly the ones with authority around here, so we can do whatever we like. You're tired, aren't you? No, I'm not. I'm... Fine. Whatever. You cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy. Good luck getting her out of here.
I mean, we've died twice already. We got this.
I didn't think you would do that. After everything.
First thing about it is, you know, she's not exactly, you know, it's kind of like almost a fate worse than death. She's gonna kill me somehow, I bet you.
It's so cold without you.
Hey, bring her back. Don't get the chance to spawn over you ever. It's time to leave. Memory return. Oh, that hurt.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here?
Yeah, that one kind of hurt.
Why now?
It's gonna be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about it is, it might be uncomfortable for both me and the mirror if that happens. So,
If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
it says something. The opportunist is like, you know, a pessimist. It's not the end. Whoever's on the other side is gonna be nice.
Okay,
I wouldn't say that.
if you say so. We'll trust you.
Maybe there'll be a good fight there. Maybe we'll find her again.
Finally, we're going places.
Okay, let's see if he actually looks the same this time. Approach the mirror. So let's read forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The bloat. You've grown. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Alright, let me see. Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a straight answer? What does it feel like to change this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do? You know, at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm gonna kill you, right? When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen.
So maybe if I did, I should try to do
and
something else, or whatever, it
perspectives
wouldn't
I have
actually lead me
already
there.
made my own. They are useless to us now. Inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
I was like, I know they gave me the option of like turning around and walking the other way and doing other stuff and everything. Maybe it just shows like different versions of it. They just get like a different variant every time. You've been kind to me, kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
geez, like, you know, the thing about it is, and the way they do this, where it definitely makes you see like versions of her, like, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, you know, we got to end her, but then afterwards, you know, you don't want to. I like how, like, you know, she's such a complex character and everything. I mean, like, that last time was kind of funny with, like, the fight and everything. But I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but they are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more, but they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Well, this is done. Do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky.
God, some of this is actually kind of hitting the feels.
I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is like a shadow of me, a memory of what she used to be, bound to the wounds of distance and time. She will make for a scarred and beautiful heart.
Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
I don't even want to say that one, though. I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Bring the wounded wild to her. Yeah, a lot of this is very confusing.
You're on a path in the woods.
Alright, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and save right here. I don't even know if it actually has like an autosave feature and everything, but... But yeah, so far this game has been absolutely amazing, even though it's definitely been like tricky to kind of like, you know, really make heads and tails on exactly what is going on. But I think, because that's the thing with the Stanley Parable, the whole, you know, beauty of that is you just basically walk through the office and everything, and just a bunch of random stuff happens depending on what you do. Obviously that one's like much more rude and humor. This one is obviously, it's got humor there. It's just, it's hilarious, like seeing the voices, you know, talk among themselves. Some of the situations like have just been absolutely hilarious. Of course, like the whole thing being right there, you know, like, you know, with the last chapter pretty much just being like a massive grudge that me, like, and the princess held with against each other. Pretty much I was gonna go back upstairs and grab a knife to come back down and stab her. She pretty much, you know, gnawed her way out of her chains and everything, and then, like, you know, hauls ass out of there, and then locks me in the basement. It's like, you know, one of the most comical, like, you know, botched, like, you know, murders ever. Because, like, let me go get this knife. I come back down, she basically hides in a corner somewhere, and then runs off and locks me down in the basement. I starve to death, pretty much. So, and then afterwards, when I meet back up with, she's turned into some kind of, like, you know, creature. And then, like, you know, me and her, like, you know, throw hands, like, you know, inside of, like, a cabin that's turned into, like, a magical tree. So I love the absurdity of it. But also, of course, like, you know, how, like, you know, you have these funny moments. But then, like, you know, it gets really deep, like, with the whole thing right there. Like, it kind of, you know, it's really hard to, like, really understand what the princess is. Because they're pretty much, you know, like, you know, trying to, like, you know, state her as she's some kind of, like, multi-dimensional, you know, cosmic horror or something like that. It's going to destroy the world. Because it definitely has, like, some Lovecraftian vibes. Because, you know, in the sense of, like, you know, some of the stuff that's shown here, like it's definitely like I think some Cronenberg stuff with body horror, and also it's definitely got some Lovecraftian vibes. And that there's literally like a version of her like that just looks at you and it scares you to death, like something like very Lovecraftian, like Cthulhu or something like that. But I think a lot of it with Cthulhu is usually just like a sheer just looking at Cthulhu pretty much would make someone go insane compared to just outright killing you. But I think Cthulhu probably had that ability too. But there's definitely like a lot of there's some Lovecraftian vibes. There's definitely, like I said, some Cronenberg style body horror. It's just interesting, like going in there each time and seeing like how the princess is gonna be portrayed, like with each playthrough, and that's why I'm definitely loving the replayability. I mean, technically we haven't actually really killed her yet. I mean, we have stabbed her, and then that just resulted in her like getting pissed off and just wanting to throw hands with me even more. And they gave me the choice where I could have stabbed her right there when she was connected to the tree, but it's just like I don't really want to do that because she was defenseless. It's kind of like there's definitely something about where, they want me to go down there and basically stab her, while she's like chained to a wall and everything. But each time it's pretty much shown, she's not necessarily, she's really not, defenseless. It just kind of feels like anytime if I just try to go in there and just straight up slay, just kill her, it's going to immediately result in me getting like a big reality check. And it seems like, the times where I don't slay her, it's kind of like, rewarding when we get like these little vessel things. And that one right there was like very, just seeing you see like this kindness to her, like something that kind of like transcends like whatever it is she is. Like it's supposed to be like about destroying the world, and then you see like this version of where she's trying to understand herself. Like even she doesn't know what she is. She's trying to like understand herself and also understand you, and even saying she like you're the only person she's met. So it's just like it's really hard to really place like what the full narrative of this is. And the main like thing is like it's one of those games that kind of feels like you're not supposed to really know what the hell's going on, like starting off. Like it's one of those where you have to continue to play through it, get more endings, and maybe possibly at some point like dots get connected and you're like, okay, that's what's going on here. But I don't know, it could be any number of ways that this goes, but it just seems like I just gotta continue to find like more of these vessels of hers. There's gonna be like certain like ways I have to go around some of the endings and to basically complete her or whatever it is. I'm not entirely sure. It's just one of those things I'm gonna it's like you really feel like you're compelled to maybe try to look up a guide to see what's going on, but also if you don't, I mean if you do, you feel like if you do, it's gonna give away like something very key to this. That's basically probably like a point of understanding the story as it goes along. Like so with the Stanley Parable, it was just about just the complete absurdity of everything. You don't really probably grasp what's going on. All you know is Stanley is is in this office by himself. You got this narrator that's basically voicing everything going on, and depending on what you do, a bunch of just absolutely zany stuff can happen. That's purely about comedy, randomness, and just going in there and be like, okay, what just happened? You just had this whole thing where you see what happened, but it's more about laughing at the randomness and in what ways they go with things, with the different endings, which I'm not going to spoil here. But with this one, it's just each time you go through there, it's a different version of the princess. One version we just fought here was this ghost that could pretty much just scare you to death, literally just pure nightmare fuel incarnate. Then you had this witch, that was basically some kind of beastly version of her who gets to a primal fight with you, and then you end up both becoming one with nature or one with yourselves and all that. And it's she pretty much just it's almost like she wants to forget about the hate that she had for you and be one with you or something. I don't know, it's some kind of weird way of showing love for you or whatever, because I don't know, it's kind of that was the one that was really hard to really place. And the first one, I mean, I can't really remember all what was going on with the first one. Oh yeah, that was the whole fractured thing, where basically we kept on creating more images of the princess, and that was probably the least violent of the ones we encountered. So it just seemed with that one, it wasn't really the princess herself. It was just we just completely just broke reality. So it's gonna be interesting to see what other versions of her we're gonna get. I'm thinking what I may possibly do is I may go and finish a wrap up Doom Eternal. And before I really jump right into I'll go ahead and jump into the DLC for that, try to finish it, go ahead and get it out of the way, or I might take a short break from the DLC to go ahead and play more of this. Because I really want try to get like I said, Doom Eternal. I should be finished up with that on Thursday, and then I probably the best route would be just go ahead and finish out the DLC, go and get all that out of the way, and then I can focus all my time on this till I finish it. Instead of just finishing up Doom Eternal's base game, taking a break from it for a while to do this, and then have to go back to it later. I was going to just get the DLC out of the way through a few more episodes, and then we can focus on this. I just didn't want spend too much time before I play this again, but it really shouldn't take too much longer for me to finish up Doom Eternal, and then play, you know, this pretty much, you know, every, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday until I complete it. I think I heard, like, you know, this game, like, total, I think it can be about, like, 17 hours, like, you know, trying to get everything. And who knows, like, what all kind of different paths we're going to have to take to get stuff. But, again, it said, like, you know, it branches, like, it cuts away, like, you know, things we did before. So I do want to kind of test it and see what happens if we do, like, try to, like, leave away from the cabin like we did previously and see, like, if it does break reality again. But if it puts us into a whole nother situation, at least we'll know that, you know, we can pretty much, you know, have, like, you know, some leeway to do these things we did before, and it's not going to take us back to where we were. It'll just, like, steer us in, like, you know, towards a new ending or something. And some of that might actually be things we have to do. We might have to repeat, like, some of this, you know, just to kind of, like, you know, get to a different path. Because I know obviously there's, like, a lot of different combinations with, like, how we can go with things here. Just a matter of seeing, like, how it goes. Like, you know, depending on, pretty sure, like, a lot of it's, like, when we get down to the basement, it depends on if we, you know, we bring the knife, we don't bring the knife, we try to use the knife, we immediately try to slay her, or, like, wait on trying to slay her. There's definitely, like, probably, like, a whole bunch of different ways to go about this. It's just a matter of, like, you know, trying different combinations and seeing what happens. But, of course, that's the beauty of this, seeing, like, you know, what, you know, ending and what, like, version of the princess the game throws at us next. So anyways, that being said, guys, I'm going to go and call it here. If you guys like the stream, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I would deeply appreciate it. And if you aren't on my Discord server, be sure to join that as well. So anyways, yeah, I'm probably going to maybe like see about maybe doing like a small, like, you know, little watch party for like more of Castlevania Season 4 in the Discord if anyone's up for it. But next stream will be tomorrow with the start, speaking of Castlevania, of Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. It'll be my first time ever playing that. And also sometime tomorrow as well, I'll be jumping in more of Arcade Paradise. But until next one, Rogues, much love. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. Thank you for watching.